All right, guys. Injuries from the game. Trent Williams had a hamstring, didn't return. Upton Stout, concussion, didn't return. Keon White, groin, didn't return. Go ahead.
What did you see from your defense in that last possession?
They stepped it up huge, man. I mean, that team's had more fourth quarter comebacks, I think, than anyone in the history of the NFL. No, there's a lot we can clean up from the whole game. Probably made too many mistakes, but to get it done, they're at their best when their best was needed, and to stop them on that last drive was huge.
I know you're not focused on left tackle, but what's your sense of how Austin Pleasance did coming in, after one snap?
I mean, to play that whole game and to not be an issue, I mean, I think I only talked about him on 1/3 down. So my sense is he played real good. I thought Brock had a hell of a game. Again, Brock's been playing his ass off, made some huge plays in this game, kept some drives alive with his legs, made some off-schedule plays, and was an assassin out there throughout the whole day.
Your last touchdown. You've seen Brock play some really good games over the years, but have you seen a stretch like this? Is this as good as he's ever been right now?
I don't know. I'm not the best historian. I feel like he's had some good stretches. I mean, especially going back in 23 and 22. But I mean, he's playing as good as it gets right now. So.
On your last touchdown drive, it looked like you guys were trying to take some clock there too, or were you a little worried you might have scored too fast there?
Yeah, but I mean, we'd rather score at the last second, but it was so nice to score from far out too. I mean, just it was a hell of a read by Brock, recognizing Tampa too, and the mic jumped over and opened up JJ over the top, and JJ getting the house call on that was huge. Ended up all right though. Wish it was that last second.
That's such a hard needle to thread, trying to, score the game-winning touchdown at the very end. Is it even more nerve-wracking to trying to get down the field, but you're also looking at the clock and trying to make sure you don't kind of screw yourself in it?
I mean, that could have been the case if we got inside the red zone. I mean, I didn't think we were going to score on that play, so we didn't have much time to think about it. We were trying to figure out how to go down the field and score a touchdown to win, field goal to tie. So we were expecting that to be a big play, but I didn't think it was going to be a house call. It's a hell of a job by JJ.
You guys talk a lot about how Brock is the same person no matter what is going on, how calm he is in the pocket. After that first pick six, how did that manifest itself the rest of the game? He's got to throw that every time. I mean, I thought their corner, number one, I thought he did a hell of a job. Just keying the three-step drop, jumping the slant. It was a bang-bang play. I thought JJ ran a good route, too. The guy just drove on it big time, and then the ball got in the air. But, there's nothing Brock did wrong in that play. Bad play. Did you notice? Number one seed. Can you just put in perspective after this kind of roller coaster season what that means?
It's huge. I mean, I'm so proud of the guys for throughout the whole year. Proud of them today. It's a hell of a deal being able to have the opportunity to play for the one seed, and these guys have earned it. So we got to go to bed early and get ready to come back because we found out it's Saturday, so it's going to happen soon.
What do you feel about that, it being a short week?
I wish it wasn't. I mean, we just had a short week, so I really wish it would have been Sunday, but it is what it is. So hopefully the guys can heal up and be ready to go.
I know the Bears kind of looked discombobulated on the last play there. Did you think about calling a timeout? What was kind of going through your head?
I thought about it. We wanted to see the look, and then they just went fast and let it ride.
What are you thinking when you're scoring, they're scoring, you're scoring? Are you just like, okay, at some point the defense is going to hold them? I mean, or are you thinking we just got to keep scoring, and if we got to get to 50, we got to get to 50?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have a feeling it's one of those games, and it felt like it from the beginning, and it didn't stop. And we definitely I thought we lost the game when I punted there on 4th and 7. Hoping to pin him back, and then they cleaned it up in one play. So, but we did hold them to a field goal that drive, which was huge, and we went and regained the lead with 7. But some games are like that. Was hoping we get a turnover to kind of turn it, and we didn't. But we found a way to still get it done.
That punt call, you looked like you hesitated a little bit before you sent the punt team out there.
Yeah, it was tough. It was right on the fringe. It was actually in our field goal range earlier in the day. And then the wind kind of changed, and so it was a tough one for me. I didn't want to panic and have to go for it, but it was one that if I would have had more time to think about, probably would have done it. But it ended up working out for us in the long run.
On Trent's hamstring.
I'm not sure. I mean, he tried to go and he couldn't. So Trent told me he's never pulled a hamstring before, so not really sure how it'll be.
Jake Tonjes played filling in for George King.
Jake did awesome. Jake was a stud. He made some
big-time routes, big-time catches, a couple of low balls that I thought he went down and made a hell of a play for, kept the chains moving for us a number of times. He was huge today, just like he's been all year.
Pearsall was big today. He's been out for a while. I know he's been frustrated. What did you think of him today?
I'm so proud of Ricky. I mean, it didn't seem like he was going to play Saturday morning. Just talking to him and stuff, and he's been battling through some stuff here since he's come back, and for him to find a way to be able to play today, I could tell he zinged it early in the game. I think on his first catch, or maybe it was a screen, I can't remember, but you can tell he zinged it again, but didn't disappear, kept battling through it, and came up huge for us.
Are you talking to Sala through this? Like, is he telling you I got it? Is he telling you, okay, we're making some adjustments, or is there a conversation? And what was your sense of what the kind of mood of the defense was?
We talk. Saul's also trying to do his job. He's trying to get them in the right call. They got a good offense. They run the ball well. They throw the ball well. Their quarterback is really good at keeping the chains going with his legs, which he did on a number of third downs. We had some opportunities to get off on third down that we hurt ourselves on. So we were trying to clean up those mistakes, and didn't do it well throughout the whole game, but we finished it right at the end.
Game was able to do what it did, particularly without George and Trent?
The guys, I feel like we've been getting better this whole second half of the year. We didn't start out the way we wanted to. Thought we probably had one of our best games of the year last week. The guys have kind of been feeding off it, and it's never one or two guys. It's all 11, and I feel like our guys are playing really well as a group right now, and when you play well as a group, usually the run game is what shows.
What did you see on that touchdown to Juszczyk when Brock was eluding defender after defender?
I saw Juice that I was hoping he would throw it to him right away, get like a 3-yard gain and a big hit. It wasn't the coverage I really wanted to play for, and then he didn't do it. So then I was just hoping he was going to throw it away and we could have a couple more downs. And then I just started watching him, probably like every other fan does, and he made me extremely nervous, and then he made me extremely happy, which happens sometimes. And
early 3 and outs on them, and you kept the ball so much that they were kind of held in check. But once they started rolling, they looked like tough to stop. But who do you look at if that defense is someone you need to turn things around when things are going without Fred, without Nick? Or is it an aggregate thing?
I look at it collectively. Once we lost those guys, it's been a group deal, and guys take their turns doing it. It's all about getting them to third down and getting off the field on third down. And we did that there in the first half, and we were able to control the clock. That's what allowed us to overcome the pick six on the first play. But there was a 3rd and 14 where, we should have had a soft cloud to get him to at least 4th and 5. He broke our contain, scrambling on a number of third, and I think there was a 3rd and 6 on that last drive that he did it, but that was like the 3rd time in the game. So things we can clean up on third down that will stop that bleeding.
You're 1 win away from the bye in the first seed. What did you say to the guys in the locker room afterwards?
We've earned this. This is the game that we want. We love that it's here. We'd love an opportunity to never leave here again this year, and we got that opportunity Saturday night.
How would you describe Brock's decision-making when it comes to scrambling, to getting out of the pocket, using his mobility? Just how valuable is that part of this game?
It's huge. Anyone who can add that, you see they did it to us a couple times too with Caleb. Brock moved the chains with his legs a few times, and then he bought time a number of times to get some big plays down the field. One, getting that touchdown to Juice. Having quarterbacks who can do some things off schedule is a huge part of our success.
What was your read on Brock's demeanor after that first play?
I didn't talk to him. I talked to him in my walkie-talkie. I just told him, hey, hell of a throw. That was the right read. The guy made a hell of a play. Let's start over.
Brock, after a very up-and-down season, you guys are going to play for the number 1 seed next week. How do you put that in perspective?
Yeah, obviously we're thankful to be in this position, but I've said this before, it's just been one of those kind of years where it's like you have to focus on just the next day, the next man up, finding a way to win each Sunday. And then at the end, you can look up and see where you're at. And so for us to be in this position is really cool. We're all grateful for it, but at the same time, we have to go do something about it. And we got to watch the film, get better, and go execute and win.
Brock, you guys scored 42 points in that. You got all of them tight ends and all of them left tackle. You had a lot to do with it. Everyone contributed. But how good is your offensive play caller?
How good is the what?
Offensive play caller, Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. He's a Hall of Fame coach. So, to be able to have him draw up stuff and scheme stuff up for us and put guys in certain positions and for us to just go out and execute, be on top of our stuff every single play. We're grateful to be playing for him, man. So obviously every single week he goes all in and gives everything he's got for this team, this organization, to make sure we're put in the right positions and to go out and have a chance. And so anytime we step out in the field with him as our play caller, man, we're always going to have a chance.
What's your sense of how Austin Pleasants did at left tackle for virtually the whole game?
Yeah, I mean, did amazing. Obviously to have Trent go down first play, it's like, dang. And for him to then Austin jump right in, and he's a guy that we all love. And over the year, he's just been great in our locker room and just one of the boys on the bus. Like, everyone loves him, and he's done a great job just being ready all year. So for him to go in and play well like he did and allow our offense to keep rolling and not lose step, it was huge. So we all got his back, and he's going to keep getting better too.
How good was Jake Tonjes today filling in for George Kittle?
Oh, he did great. When George goes down, to be able to have a really good tight end step in and not only just know what he's doing, but make plays and be a guy that, the defense has to account for in a lot of situations. For us, that's awesome. So for him to come in, ball out, hometown kid, obviously, but more than anything, he's a guy that has length, got great hands, and he's a guy that I trust. So it's really cool to obviously have both those good tight ends like that.
Take us through the touchdown pass, did you?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a bootleg and just one of those things where the defense sort of did a good job covering it and just try to make a play, keep the play alive. And then obviously when I cut back in, defenses tend to, go in cuts on scrambles. So just trying to keep the play alive, and saw Juice in the corner. So it was cool that he had his antenna up too right there in that moment. And obviously he scored, and you just try to give the team momentum and celebrate. So it was a cool play.
Game on the line, the Bears have a potential to score to win the game. What's going through your head? Are you praying? Are you even watching the play?
Yeah, I mean, I was praying that whole drive. Not only that, just like pulling for our guys, man, because, it's been a crazy year, and for all those guys on defense to be able to step up and be able to compete their butt off, man, for them to finish out the game like that, I was so happy for them. But obviously, I was sitting there not really being able to do anything but watch, and, for them to do a great job with the defensive line containing Caleb, and the boys doing a great job in coverage, and then him throwing the ball short, and then to be able to celebrate, it's a cool team win, man. There's nothing like that, so that was special.
The touchdown throw to Ji'Ayir, he was number one in your progression, and did you expect that there'd be a lane there for him to get moving?
Yeah, I mean, I was just excited that we got that look and for him to have space back there. And then I was just happy that we got a completion and ready to play the next play. But then obviously he cross-courted it and kept going. I was like, is he going to get in? And he did. And so, JJ's a baller, man. He's a warrior. You give that guy a chance, he's going to give the team everything he's got. And at the end, he made a couple moves and scored, man. So shout out our boy.
Brock, how much fun were you having playing tonight? It seemed like, 5 touchdowns for you the second straight week. It seemed like you were just having a blast out there.
Yeah, it was fun. For us, it's not even just like, I'm gonna just go have fun. It's like I got to do my job, and once I do my job and execute it, we score. Then you can have some fun with it. But I think more than anything too, we got such a good group of guys that KB, JJ, D-Rob, all these fun receivers that bring energy to our team. So when we do score and we're executing, it's always a good time to be able to celebrate with them and feed off their energy. So, and that's our whole team, man. So it's been a crazy year. It's been a fun year, but obviously we got one more game for the regular season to lock in, and we got to go do our job.
When you're scrambling or making plays outside the structure of the offense, how much of that is something you mentally prepare for, during the week? Is that part of your preparation, or at that point is it just all kind of natural instinct?
Yeah, no, it's sometimes we'll have a play drawn up and whatnot, and we've seen some defenses run right up the field, and it's okay, be ready just in case our look isn't there to use your legs. But it's never going into a game, hey man, I'm gonna scramble my butt off here and this and that. It's just one of those things where if it happens, it's football and it's gonna happen. How can I be smart outside of the design of the play, but also have my eyes downfield, because guys are moving and working, and there are explosive plays out there. So I feel like it's something that I've sort of continued to learn as I go, and it's part of my game. So hopefully we can all be better as a team and as an offense moving forward with that.
Kyle said on you guys last time, he was trying to thread the needle a little bit as far as trying to score with as little time as possible, score a touchdown. Obviously, that's hard to do. Is he communicating that with you, or are you having awareness of that, or are you just like running the plays and just trying to score touchdowns?
You talking about like before half?
No, I'm talking about the last drive. Like you scored with 2 minutes, 15 seconds or whatever. And people are like, uh-oh, you know, you scored too fast. So he was saying that he was trying to score, you know, score as late as possible, but obviously, I mean, it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I think, you know, we've talked about certain situations where you obviously don't want to give the offense on the other side of the ball a chance. And so with that, it's like there's certain situations where we know that we want to bleed the clock and score late. That's like the perfect world. But at the end of the day, too, man, like if the defense gives you an op to score, you got to go take it. And I thought JJ did a great job with that. Our offense as a whole did a great job with that, and you can't apologize for that. So, yeah, and to answer your question, like he does tell us ahead of time in certain situations, not every single time, but we all understand that that's sort of what's at hand. So, you had a question?
Yeah, Kyle said on that pick, you took the pick six. Kyle said he told you that was the right throw to make. The guy just made a good play on it. Did that make him telling you that and you knowing that was the right play to make? Did that make it easier for you to just move past that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I let the ball go, and I thought there was a window there and a hole there. Corner just made a good play. He was aggressive on the first play of the game, and it's just unfortunate that, obviously, for our sake, the ball got tipped up and they scored off it. But for me, it's, you know, you can't lose confidence because I did my job. I was throwing the ball where it needed to be. Defense made a good play, so you got to tip the cap, you know. But it's early in the game, so you do have to flush it and be ready to play a whole game after that. So that was a first for me. But
this offense is putting up a lot of points. You've been on teams where they've done that, but right now, how does it feel like in terms of the groove you're in going into the most critical time?
It feels great, man. Yeah, I think we're getting better every week, and that's what we say every week is our only goal is to keep getting better in every aspect of the game. And so I'm proud of our guys, proud of the resiliency in that locker room, and you know, we got to keep rolling.
Once we were asking you why the run game wasn't working, now it's working. Why is that? What do you see?
I think just a collective effort of guys just sticking to the plan, continuing to get better, straining, and yeah, I mean, there's not like one answer. And I think it's 11 guys just committing to it, and O-line's been doing a great job opening up lanes. Brock's been great on the boots, making people pay, you know, putting a lot of pressure on defenses, and so you know, I think we're seeing it and hitting it, and we just got to keep it rolling.
Appreciate you guys are one win away from the 1 seed in the first round bye. I mean, how do you view that? How important is that?
Very important. You know, we know what's at stake right now, and so got to have a great week of prep and get ready to go.
Christian, you mentioned Brock on the boots, and then it looked like he was going to do it again on that last drive, and it was a throwback screen to you. Do you have a sense of, like, just because of the way the defense is going to react, that's going to be, I mean, you don't know, right? But you have a sense that you might be able to pop that just because of the way the defense is going to flow to Brock?
I don't know. I just, whatever play's called, I just try to execute it, you know, to the best of my ability. I think that's a play caller thing, you know, seeing everything, seeing what's going on. But I try to simplify my mindset in games and just whatever play's called, do it at the best of my ability.
How critical is it to do what you got to do when Trent Williams is gone after the first snap and George isn't on the field?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just a testament to everybody in that locker room. You know, the competitive stamina, the belief that we have in each other. We have such a great staff, great leadership on this team, man. And each week, you know, we know we can win any game. It's just a matter of going out there and executing and playing together. And you know, obviously, you hate seeing guys like that go down. It sucks, but you know, guys step up and you know, do what you can to get a win.
Christian, Brock has described himself as sneaky athletic. Would you say that maybe the sneakiness is not sneaky anymore?
I don't think it's sneaky. Yeah, I mean, I think he's athletic. Yeah.
What does his ability to make plays outside the structure of the offense do for the ceiling of your offense?
Oh, it's huge, man. You know, I mean, if a play doesn't work, to be able to scramble, make plays downfield, make plays with his feet, you know, it keeps drives alive. It's a big deal. So, and he's incredible at it.
Christian Tom just stepped up today. It's like he's playing like a starting tight end. I mean, it's really quite incredible. What do you think of Tonjes?
Yeah, man. I have the utmost respect for him. It's been unbelievable what he's done this whole year. And I think, the first thing I think about is George's leadership. When you have one of the best tight ends to ever play in that room, those guys get to watch him every single day. And so he's done such a good job when his number's called, stepping up, making big plays for us, and proud of him, man. He's a hell of a teammate, hell of a player, and again, showed out again today.
The offense when Kyle Shanahan can call zone reads for Brock Purdy. I mean, the defense has to honor him as a runner.
Again, it's big, man. It keeps drives live. I think as a running back, it's huge because it's just another guy you got to take account for in the run game. So definitely a big deal.
Were you able to catch some of the Seahawks game this morning, see how Sam was doing, how they were?
No, I try not to watch any. I might, if it's on in the locker room or something, I'll just peek. But I try not to watch any games before our game.
Seahawks, the Bears have the ball, the chance to win the game. What's going through your head on the sideline? I know Brock said he was praying, but are you praying too? Are you watching the play? Or?
Yeah, I think that's the only thing to do at that point. Man, I'm just so proud of our defense and the way they stepped up. It took every single play for them. And I know those guys in the locker room they want to get better this week, but to show up and to make a play when it counts at the end is a huge deal, and we'll keep getting better.
What separates Kyle as a play caller?
I think his knowledge, I was actually talking with some of my family members this week, but his understanding of not just offensive football, but defensive football. I think when your head coach and your offensive play caller knows defensive football just as well as anybody, it allows us to open up, stuff not just in the run game, but in the pass game. He really understands gap integrity and everybody's responsibility on defense, and he sees it better than anybody. And it's, I think he plays to not just the structure of the defense, but the emotions of the defense. If some guy's an aggressive guy, he knows that. And, I think it's something that he was born to do. He's been doing it for a long time at the highest level. And again, like when we're in those meetings, it's like football, heaven. As a football nerd, you just learn so much every week, and it keeps you on your toes every week. It's definitely fun to be a part of it.
His knowledge of defenses helps him manipulate defenses.
Yeah, I mean, look, you'd have to ask him that. I don't really, I don't know what it is that makes him so good, but I know that as a, running back in my 9th year, to have him as a play caller is an honor, and I don't take it lightly. I don't take it for granted. Appreciate.
You guys have one on Saturday night last week. There's something to be said about losing that day back-to-back weeks.
Whatever happens, we're ready for whatever. 2 short weeks in a row, but I know we got the guys who can handle it, and we'll be ready to roll.
Take us to that last drive.
Oh man, the whole week they just said, you got to empty the tank. Coach Kyle, everybody, all the captains, they're saying this is going to be an ice bag game and an empty the tank kind of game. So, I emptied it out. I'm surprised I didn't throw up out there, but it was a good game, man. I'm glad we got the dub. Anybody else? That boy Brock, man, he putting on for Gilbert, Arizona, man. So I gotta always show love to Brock, man. He's doing a fantastic job, and I love that he's heating up the way he is right before the playoffs. So we got one more game, hopefully this Saturday. We get the Seattle Seahawks in here, and we get that number 1 seed. So I'm happy with Brock. I'm happy with the whole offense, man. They really carried us this game.
There's no real huge names on your defense. It's all by committee. What can you say about this group working together like that?
Oh man, it's fight or flight, man. We the type of guys, we got the type of guys in this locker room that's gonna fight to the end. No matter if we dead tired or dead on the field, man, we're gonna give everything we got. And we do got some big names. His name's Deommodore Lenoir. He's out there right now. So, but I'm really happy for our boys, man. Even though we ain't got Fred or Bosa out there, we always seem to put it together right at the last second. So I'm really happy for our defense.
Seeing Fred on the sidelines, cheering you guys on, what does that mean for your defense?
Oh man, it's everything. Seeing him on the jumbotron doing the horn, man, it just shows like the captain's not too far. So, we had to get this dub for him, man, and get this dub for San Francisco, and on to Seattle next week.
4 seconds to play.
Oh God.
What was said before that?
Man, it was not too much said. We couldn't really talk, man. Everybody was tired, but I think Coach Solid, he called man to man, and by the grace of God, man, I don't know, he couldn't find the man. He was wide open in the back of the end zone, and I was there yeah, I was there, man. I was there in the back of the end zone, so he didn't throw it. And then,
You know, Caleb Williams is doing a good job, bro, but we're doing the right things, man.
Describe the emotions of this win.
It was so many emotions. You know, we really wanted this game. You know, we was preaching all week that how much this game was going to mean to us, you know, as far as going to the playoffs, you know, getting the #1 seed and stuff. But, man, that was one of them games. You know, this playoff ball, playoff ball been started for us, though. So we just, you know, continue to do what we're doing and, you know, try to keep the opponents out the end zone and win the game.
What did you learn about the defense this year, or from that game right there?
Resilient.
Yeah.
We were resilient. You know, we fight. We're going to keep fighting, you know, until the clock says 0-0.
Deommodore, take us through that last drive. I mean, that was a long one, and you knew that you had to stop and win the game.
Oh, yeah. That last drive, you know, it was a shootout today. So just that whole drive, you know, I was talking to myself, like, I mean, I was talking to the defense too, though, but I was talking to myself, like, you know, you got to be on your stuff, you got to be, everything got to be tight, you know, you got to, if they come to you, you got to make the play, you know, and the rush was getting after him, you know, he couldn't find the guy, you know, and defense, you know, finished it off.
With all that you guys have been through, especially on defense, the injuries, how does it feel to have that final game coming down to the season, the last game of the season, for not only the division but the #1 seed in the NFC?
It's a blessing. You know, a lot of people counted us out. You know, to everybody else, we wasn't supposed to be where we at now. So it's just, you know, to proving the doubters wrong. You know, it just feel great.
How much spicy is it that was against the Seahawks too?
Oh yeah, it's very spicy. They know what time it is. I ain't gotta say too much.
Deommodore, what was said before that last final play?
Oh, I told Chase, you got to nut up. It ain't like we ain't that tired shit is out the window. You know, we full-fledged and we gonna make this play and we gonna win this game.
Proud of my guys, man. We executed. We came down the stretch. Wasn't the prettiest win, but we got it done, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
And how does it feel to have Week 18 coming down to the season, not only for the division but for the #1 seed in the NFC?
Feels good, man. Something that we set out to do, you know, and now everything, you know, we set out to do is right in front of us, and we can go out there and get this done.
4 seconds, one play. What was said before that final play?
Man, we're going to go out on our sword, man. We're going to play man coverage, you know, and that's how we're going to go out. You know, play defense. Let's go. Play your best ball. It's time.
When you guys hear over the last week that, you know, Fred's talking, they go deep enough in the playoffs, I can come back. What does that do for you guys?
Man, it would be big, bro, if Fred come back, man. That'd be dope. You know, that's all his decision. That's all, you know, part of his process. We're going to play whether he here or he not, you know.
As a defensive player, can you describe that play that Brock had where he hit Juice?
That was fire. That was fire. That was fire. I can't describe it. Brock, I don't think Brock couldn't describe it. But, man, he made like a step back, shimmy, then a dot to Juice. It was cold. That was one of the best plays I've seen from Brock.
That's a team you could see again down the line. What made their offense so good tonight and it's tough to get a stop against?
Caleb, bro. Caleb, I feel like he's one of the, if not the best, outside the pocket passing quarterback, man. When he gets on the move, man, he can throw it as if he's standing still, man, on the move. So I feel like he's the driving force of that offense, and he definitely is one of the better quarterbacks in this game, man, when it comes to that.
Juwan, can you take us through that last touchdown?
Awesome, extraordinary, great pass, and I was just like, get to the house, and we did that, slid to home base.
Brock Purdy, 5 total touchdowns.
Again?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
Again? DJ Khaled, again? You know what I'm saying? We the biggest. That's Brock, though. Yeah, I don't expect nothing less.
What was different about his game tonight? He was just...
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hard to see anything different. It's football is football to me, so, I mean, you know, you got first, second, third, fourth down. You got field goals, punts, everything, all this shit be the same. So, you know, Brock played great. We made play, put in the touchdown, put in the box.
Juwan, what were your emotions once you finally got in the end zone and you guys took the lead and went ahead?
Just focused. That whole game, just super focused. Knowing, you know, how big of a game it was, just staying super focused.
What does it mean to you with everything you guys have been through, offensively, defensively, the injuries, to have Week 18 come down to not only the division but the NFC #1 seed in Week 18 against the Seahawks?
It definitely means a lot, dude. Just everything we do is for those guys who can't be playing right now, and we know they would love to be playing right now. So just never taking anything for granted.
How much fun is it to play in a shootout game like that where everyone who takes the field is getting into the end zone?
like I said, football is football. I love it. I don't care if it's shootout or not. I love football. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Thanks, Ricky.
Yes, sir.
Ricky, what's it like to play in a game where it's just nonstop shootout, everybody's scoring as they're on the field?
Yeah, for sure. It feels great, as an offense. At the end of the day, we all got confidence in each other, go out there every time we step on the field to score points. That's something we take pride of, and yeah.
What can you say about Brock the last 2 games? 10 total touchdowns for him.
Oh yeah, he got a different swag rolling right now. Ever since he hit the Dougie, he's been on one. But that's just Brock, man. Down to earth dude, and just the same person every single day, and that's something I really respect about him, man. And he's business when he get out on that field, but he's been let loose a little bit with his dance moves, so I've been appreciated it.
You want to see a new dance move here eventually?
I don't know. I kind of like the Dougie. I like it.
What is your mental process when Brock's scrambling out there for 9 seconds on that pass to Juice?
Just try to scramble as much as I can and get open. Obviously, I wasn't moving as well after I went down with a little bit of a bump on the knee again, and so I was just trying to scramble with him, and Juice, he's really good at finding those sweet spots. So he was just standing there, and Brock made a play, made some people miss, and delivered the touchdown. Yeah.
What does it say about this team to be able to keep scoring when you need to keep scoring, but also find a way to get that one stop at the end or holding the field goal just enough each week?
Yeah, it just shows the resilience of our team, man. And we have the full trust in our defense to go down there and make that stop, even though my heart was pounding, watching it from the sideline. But we have all the confidence in them boys, and as an offense, we just got to do what we got to do, and that's every time we step on the field, think points, think scoring, and for me, it's just my individual role and what I can control, and that's be available for Brock when he needs me, and in the run game, get Christian going. So that's all the things that roll through my head, and then defense go out there and make plays.
When you start thinking about that Saturday game?
You said what?
When you start thinking about Saturday?
Honestly, probably as soon as the game ends here, we start thinking about it. Kyle mentioned it when he's breaking down the team. It's going to be a quick week, but that just means we got to get in the treatment room, get our bodies ready, and get back to work, get to practice, and start rocking and rolling.
Brock's been it around to 8 different receivers.
He spread it for 8 different receivers?
8 different receivers.
Yeah, that's really impressive. That just shows, Brock going through his progressions, like he's supposed to. And I think that's the special thing about Brock is his anticipation, man, and the way that he reads defenses. He's a really special player and quarterback, so he's going to make the right read every single time. I have full confidence in that.
What do you say about this offense working together like that to get 8 receivers the ball?
Yeah, it just shows, all the work that we've put in, ever since the summer, training camp, building that chemistry with each other, building that chemistry with Brock, and the trust that he has in us to all make plays, unfortunately, George went down. Jake stepped up big time. And, when he goes in the game, we all got confidence in him too. Same with KB, D-Rob, everybody making plays. So, it's super special to see that because then it just makes the energy that much better and we get to build off each other and, Brock finding the open man.
For this to come down to one final game for the 1 seed, and it's here at home against the division rival, what's that mean to you guys?
It means a lot. Everybody honing in on that. That's what we're looking forward to. That's our next game. So we got to hone in on that, try to see what we can do to bring out another dub at home.
Thanks, Mark.
I guess it's not as fun as just blowing somebody out, but whatever we got to do to win. I don't really know what to say about that. You never wanted to be a shootout for real, like scoring back to back to back to back, but whatever it takes to win, that's what we're trying to do for sure.
Do you feel like this road that you guys have had, especially over these last couple of weeks, preparing you really well for what is to come next week?
Oh, for sure. If it is going to be games like this, then we know we got to score every chance we get the ball, or put up 3 points or put up 6 points. Whatever it takes,
What was it like for the offense to watch that final play of the game down at the end zone?
Exciting. We was prepared to go back out if we had to. If they did score, we was prepared to go back out and try to make some plays, get on the field, and kick a field goal or score again to win. But watching the defense do that, hone in on that moment in red zone, the boys really held their ground, and it was big for us.
How high is your guys' confidence right now?
I don't really know. I guess it's pretty good. We winning games right now. But I think it's really just knowing what we have to do to win, and that's what we got to do. If it comes down to scoring 50 points a game and keep scoring every time we come out and get on the field, then that's what we got to do.
We're playing fast and physical, and I'm just excited where we're going.
Was there a pre-snap call you have to make on that?
A pre-snap call?
To get those guys to drop? Or
No. They knew they had to drop before the play even started. It's just me and D. It was our decision to drop, honestly, and we just did it, and tried to bow through guys that was running the crossing routes and it made it blurry for him. And he just started to get out the pocket, and I knew then it was over, kind of. Yeah.
How difficult is it when that's the last play in a game where you give up 38 points to really kind of?
Yeah, we shouldn't even let it got to that point, man. Offense was giving us chances, man, and we got in the huddle and we were like, we got to get a stop. I ended up getting a penalty, just playing hard, physical, man, and we just out there competing, and we just did what we had to do. We bowled up and got the stop. So, yeah.
What did you think of Caleb's performance tonight?
Caleb, we knew he was a playmaker. He was a true playmaker, and I seen him make plays like that in college and in the NFL, man. And we just had to do our job. He got one on me on that penalty in '84. He broke off, man, but he's able to. He got a great arm. Playmaking ability is amazing. I'm just glad we was able to get the job.
For some of the younger guys on this team, does it feel like a playoff atmosphere? I know you haven't experienced that in the NFL yet, but does that level out there tonight feel like that to you?
Of course, man. We love Levi Stadium. We love the Niner game, man. And hopefully we get to do it a few more weeks here. And yeah, we're just trying to get it done.
You guys got another short week ahead, Saturday night game. How does that factor in at this
It doesn't,
stage in the
man.
season?
We excited. We're excited to get this opportunity, get this first seed, and just play together, play faster, play physical, and just get better from the things we made a mistake on today, man. And we're going to get better.
I watched Fred leave the sideline after that last play, walk straight up to you, give you a hug. What was said?
I don't even remember. I'm not going to lie to you, man. We was just excited we got the win, man. And I told him I appreciate him for all the help. I went to Eric Kendricks, too, also, man. He came in late, but he's been a major help in the room when Fred being out. And yeah, he just gave me a great hug. He told me he was proud of me. I actually remember now. He told me he was proud of me. I told him I was like that. And yeah, man, we just trying to get it done, man. He's happy the way I've been producing. And honestly, man, I'm just trying to get better in every aspect.
You Brock, what was that? A broken? Did you?
No, that was the design of the route.
Yeah.
Props to me for making you think it was an out, because that's what I was trying to do. Yeah, we call it a China route. Basically, you sell the out and then you come back in. But yeah, that was a great job by him. Finding me quickly because I believe he had some pressure in his face and good 8 yards.
And then the touchdown, I think, is going to play over and over, and I almost find it like a perfect embodiment of what Brock has not been given credit for, but then he did. What was your view on that play, and how many times have you seen him do that in practice to know exactly where to be?
I mean, just his ability to extend the play is, I think, something that's so special, and maybe he, like you said, doesn't get as much credit for, because he just does such a good job of that, and he's just a natural playmaker. But what's funny and ironic is, we ran that exact same play, week 17 last year. I caught the touchdown on that exact same corner, so it was just kind of an ironic play against Detroit.
Oh yeah,
I just had to run it in.
Okay.
Were you open on that first one? You feel like you were open before he scrambled?
I don't know, because I didn't know what was behind me. I thought maybe, but at least looking on the iPad, it looked like a linebacker was close there. So that was a great job by him to make some people miss and buy some time.
In that situation when he scrambled?
A lot of times I do. I didn't have to in that one. Just luckily we locked eyes and I knew it was coming my way.
He scrambled for 8.56 seconds on that.
Did he really?
Yes. Can you take us through your mental process during those almost 9 seconds?
I mean, it's really it's pretty simple for me. I'm running my route, and I ran out of room. I got to the sideline, and at that point, I just sit in the end zone, sit in that corner, and just hope that I get forgotten. And luckily, that's what happened.
And then for him to have the wherewithal to know where the sticks are, to not throw it
exactly
before he gets to the line of scrimmage.
Exactly. That's that. It's hard to explain. You just have this thing in your head, this little GPS that you know where you're at, and he does a great job at that.
The end of half analytics and clock ball management seemed especially intense. I think Ben Johnson's big about that too.
Yeah.
What that drive, so that they punted, you had the ball at your own 10. And Brock completed he didn't score, but I thought that won the game. Was that a big kind of point of emphasis?
No, that is big. That's something, we brought it up years ago. It's a weird stat that it's like the second or third best indicator of who wins the game is who finishes with the ball before halftime. And it's not even scoring points or whatever. It's just who finishes with the ball. So it is really important in those moments to finish with the ball and not give the other team an opportunity to go score.
And then think of Brock's moves to get to the point where he can get you the ball.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. I'm going to look forward to rewatching that one tonight on film.
And then, do you have a good view of that, like in real time, like how good of a view do you have of him kind of dancing around the defender?
Honestly, like, things are happening so fast, and I was so concerned just about where I was. Like, I did see a little bit of it, and I was like, oh damn, like this play's still going. But I don't think I got the full view of it.
And then the final drive with your defense on the field, where are you? What's your mental state and nerve-wise?
I'm being completely honest. Like, I had all the confidence in the world that they were going to go make that play and make that stop. No matter how many points they give up, like I'm confident that Salah and those guys will find a way to make a play when it's needed, and that's exactly what they did.
Week 18, I'm sure with all that's gone on this season, I'm sure it's a little shocking that's going to come down to the Week 18. So
I think anybody, back when Fred got hurt against Tampa, what was that, Week 5 or something, if you told anybody, we'd be 12-4, we'd be battling Week 18 for that 1 seed, you're absolutely crazy. Nobody would have believed you. It's been a special season already, and one that I definitely don't take for granted, but we're not done. And I have all the confidence in the world that we can get this thing done.
You seem a little bit emotional.
No, I'm just losing my voice at this point.
All right. Okay. Just like, we're not there yet.
Yeah.